Nicki is in a lot of trouble, guys. So, Donald Trump made a statement, but he was wearing his pink tie. Now, what Nicki did was to repost pictures of Donald Trump in his pink tie, basically saying, he's co-signing Nicki Minaj's whole look of pink. The Barbs. Their co-sign color is pink. It's all Barb and pinky. Once you give up that pink effect, best believe you're co-signing Nicki Minaj. Okay? So everybody's now saying, oh, Nicki's the MAGA. Nicki this, Nicki that. And not to mention, people have been saying she's losing over 300K followers on Twitter and on Instagram when she had the account, because she deactivated her Instagram account. And I believe she deactivated it temporarily, because of course she's going to go back on Instagram. But what is going on? What is happening to Nicki? Why is Nicki doing all of this? People are now speculating that, of course, Nicki's going crazy. She's been insane. She's bipolar. She has amnesia. People has all these speculations and rumors floating around. Not to mention, Cardi B has been very persistent on saying stuff like Nicki's on drugs. She's doing cocaine and she's crazy and all this. Now, I'm annoyed. So Megan could take Milagro to court because of these situations. She's implying that Milagro did damage control with defamation of character. Why don't these celebs sue one another? Like, Cardi B called out Nicki as a drug addict. Why didn't Nicki sue? Why Nicki want to go battle for battle in tweet war? Why don't you take this girl to court? She say you're on drugs. You can clearly state that you're not, but why not have fun? Take her to court. I'm not saying Nicki should take her to court, but I'm just saying, like, what's the point of, going back and forth with people on Twitter? Like, you're a celeb, I'm a celeb. You don't like me, I don't like you. Girl, let's settle this in court, okay? But some of the Barbs, I don't even know if they're real Barbs, but they're like done with Nicki, blocked Nicki, unfollowed Nicki, won't be supporting Nicki Minaj anymore because, she did the whole appearance at the United Nations and thanking Donald Trump to give her the opportunity to speak. By the way, she was defending Nigerians who aren't privileged to worship or to basically practice their religion. So Nicki was speaking up for Nigerians, saying that, they should not be harmed. They should not be killed or hurt. They're people and they're entitled to practice their own religion. And I 100% agree. But mind you, Nicki also said in her statement, this isn't about her picking sides. It's really about her sticking and defending people who has a right to their own way of life. Think about it this way. People has been so against the LGBTQ community, right? It's basically someone speaking up for the community, defending people, saying, what, everyone has a right to live how they want to live. Let people choose to be who they want to be. So if Nicki, in this case, is sticking up for people who wants to practice their own religion, what's the problem? She's not doing no damage control. But let me tell y'all why Nicki is also doing this. Now, Nicki has been talking about black women and how she's a black woman, and, people called her, police officers at her home, and they came in with guns, and she has a toddler at home, aka Papa Bear, and they held guns in her face and stuff like that because there were rumors going around that she was abusing her son. Basically, none of that is true regarding like her abusing the child. Nicki's not an abusive parent. And they basically did a whole fake call saying that Nicki is doing this and doing that. Now, please just imagine the trauma. You inside your house, police officers got a fake call that you're doing something that you're not, and booms, they swatted your house with guns and, all that scary stuff. traumatizing that little boy. And when Nicki says she's a black woman, Cardi B want to say, hey, STF, you shut up. You know, you're doing this and then you're talking about black women. You're beefing with everybody in the... Girl, bye. Nicki's not using that black woman statement because it's a trend, but actually showing that she is currently in a situation that, you know, she has to defend herself against her own community. So I think she's also, you know, making an appearance at the United Nations just to troll back people who has been doing her wrong, which, to be honest, she feels betrayed. She feels betrayed. And again, her situation is not so easy. She has also been dragging Jay-Z and Beyonce like crazy because, for one, you know, when someone works hard, they want everything that they've worked hard for. And the rumor has it is that Nicki's implying that Jay-Z stole some money from her tour, the revenue. And I'm like, I know Jay-Z's powerful. I mean, he married to Beyonce. But exactly what type of power do you have to go into other people's hard-earned cash? Like, that's Nicki's for money. Like, be for real. Are you like a tax collector or something? Am I missing something? And let's be honest about it. You know, though Nicki is married to Kenneth Petty, that doesn't make Nicki a bad person or she's a criminal. Let's be for real right now. Cardi B was an exotic dancer. Boom. She's now a rapper. She was with Offset for a very long time, married to Offset, you know, had amazing babies with him. And then boom, shortly after she got single, not legally divorced, she got in with Stephon Diggs after she, you know, gave birth recently to her baby girl, Blossom. I mean, that's really a fast move. Megan Thee Stallion is being dragged for allegedly lying that Tory Lanez shot her. Okay? There's always something about somebody. So why is it that Nicki's part is so flaming hot where people have to drag Nicki? She's this, she's that. Let's talk about the fact that Cardi B dropped an album, which nobody's really talking about that. Nobody's really talking about that album. And she's going on tour, the Little Miss Drama tour, and it's not hyped. It is not hyped. Sadly, to me, it's not hyped. And Cardi B has been defending Beyonce and Roc Nation a lot since lately, and I'm just wondering, like, boo, is Jay-Z profiting off this tour too? Is this the first store that he don't have to steal money from but collects revenue from because he's helping you? And that's the question, not a statement, because, hey, you know, Cardi B loves to sue. And to be honest, if Tasha K don't have it, I do not got it. Okay? But Nicki Minaj, I don't think she's damaging her career because this woman is going to always sell music. She's always going to make money, to be honest. She's always going to make money. She's like the number one female rapper. Will always be that. Best believe that. And that won't change. Okay? And this is a barb that ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Because I do understand Nicki and what she's doing. And to be honest, people have been very unfair towards her and her whole entire career. And that Keisha Cure girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Your marriage looks so fake. Like, the marriage look forced. Gucci Mane doesn't even look like he's here. But anyways, guys, like this video, share if you care, and see you guys another time. And thank you so much for sipping with us.